The mist represents that which you have been trained and taught. And that's what we've been talking about now for some time. It's a movement into mastery. How else would you describe it? If you told somebody what you were doing and they say, well, I move into a place where all things are possible and where I can see myself. I move into a theater where I imagine certain things and yet I feel it's real. I move into a place where I can manipulate my disease. I move into a place where I can love myself like I've never been able to love myself in a way that makes total sense because I love God and God is part of me and so I love God and I love myself because of that. And you start talking to somebody about that and they look at you and they say, I don't think that's going to be for me because I've been told that all of those things you're doing, well, you don't really have a right to do them. Because those things you're doing, well, that's been reserved, don't you know, for the masters of the planet, not for you. You shouldn't be delving in those things. That's magic, they will say. Well, that's what we're going to do. And we're going to do it right now. And you can call it whatever you want to. But there's a tremendous amount of unlearning that has to go into this, dear ones. Dear members of this circle, all of you are here on purpose. Every single one of you given of your resources to be here on purpose. And that sets you apart. It means that you mean it. It means that there's an intent behind it to make it happen. So let's take that intent and see it for what it is. For that in itself carries an energy that some say is magic. Years and years ago, we gave you the story of Michael Thomas in a novel called The Journey Home. And we told you that Michael, he had pure intent. And it was the pure intent that allowed him entrance to the various houses that the angels had for him. If you read the book, you'll know what I'm talking about. It was so obvious that many of the angels greeted him at every door of the house. There was a different color and said, "Greetings, Michael Thomas of pure intent." The pure intent is a metaphor. It means that you mean it. That there's an energy behind this. An energy that pushes forward the results. Without pure intent, you don't move forward. There's a chasm in front of you. Some of you see it as a giant canyon. Others will see it differently. Others will see it's a space that separates you from everything else. Some of you will say, well, it only separates me from what I don't know, so let's go. I would like to know some things. And others are saying, you don't want to go there. Because what you might find out you may not like. Now that's them talking, dear ones. That's not Kryon talking. Come a little closer and hear the truth, will you? When you cross that bridge and when you go through that mist, what you find out is glorious. What you find out is the rest of you. Taught from the beginning of humanity and lost along the way. The masters came to this planet to show it to you. Every single master who walked the earth was human, and they were here to show it to you. Here's what you can do. Take a look. And what you did instead is to separate them out. And you said, well, because we cannot do it and you can, therefore you're the only ones who ever can. That was not the message. It never was the message. Well, here we are again. Only this time, there's a bridge to the mastery. And that's what we're doing. We're going to cross the bridge for what you think you know to what you don't know and what you're going to find out is beautiful. It's almost like there's a toolkit across the bridge that you can go to, examine. And some of you will say, I remember this. I remember this. And you will be a Lemurian. That's who you are. Because that information never goes away. Part of your Akashic record it is. Those of you who will see the tools and say, I would like to know more about them because you're attracted to them, will recognize them as yours. It's almost like the toolbox got a name on it. It's your name. And what's in the toolbox? It's all of that which you didn't think you can do. Can I change that which is happening in my life? Can I change my future? And the answer is there's a tool for that. And the tool is called knowing the field, so you'll be in the right place at the right time. That is a control of your future, so you won't walk into the pit. And instead, you'll walk into the light. And you have a choice, and always have. Imagine a tool for that. That's a multidimensional tool that can sense the field. That is what is before you immediately. These are things we have been teaching you now for a very long time.